Hi there, collectors. I've got some really valuable information for you that can help you get access to many more notes than you ordinarily would have than, say, by buying a strap or counting your change. Uh, I go into a bank, a carefully screened bank, carefully screened tellers, and I take a pound of See's candy with me, and I give that girl a pound of chocolate, and suddenly I have access to a good percentage of the bank. And I had that experience here recently. I went in and I gave her a pound of chocolate, and I said, "If you got anything I can look at, anything a collector might be interested." She put that chocolate underneath her arm where I wasn't going to be able to get it back from her. And she said, "I've got a bunch of bills back in the vault that have all been scheduled for destruction. Would you like to take a look at them?" I said, "Absolutely." And so she came out with a leather envelope, and it had probably a few hundred bills that were all categorized and inventoried, and she started pulling them apart for me and letting me look at them. And the first one was this one here, and a 1950 $100 bill. It really caught my attention because of this large margin over here. And first I thought it was just a miscut bill. And it wasn't until I got it home that I realized the bill is about a 1/16 of an inch wider than what a bill is supposed to be. So between a 1950 and the wide cut, the large margin, I thought it was a pretty good one to take home. It's a very ugly bill, not an attractive bill. The other thing I noticed was this A over here is sitting almost right on top of the 5. And I thought, is that the way it's supposed to be? So I went back to my collection and I grabbed the other 1950 bill that I had already. I purchased it at a coin show, and I compared the two, and what I noticed was, yeah, that's the A is a little high, a little low, not by much. But what struck me were the signatures were different. Notice the one on the bottom is a 1950 Series E, but Henry Fowler and Catherine Elizabeth Granahan have their signatures on them. But the one I got out of the vault was John W. Snyder and Georgia Niece Clark. So then I thought, well, do I have like a counterfeit bill? And so with a little research, what I found out was that this bill was printed in around 1950. This bill was printed about 1965 because Henry Fowler was appointed by Lyndon Baines Johnson. And so he came onto the scene 65 through 69. Granahan came on the scene 63 to 66, appointed by Kennedy. And so anyway, they're both 1950 series bills, but they're actually minted about 15 years apart. So anyway, I really have enjoyed what I learned. And close look, I found it to be a very keepable bill. The next thing I pulled out of that big stack was a stamped bill. I do collect stamped bills, and all I've ever found before were $2 bills. This one is a $100 bill, which is primarily what I collect, and it's got a First National stamp on it. They kind of missed it, but it's numerically numbered around the edges. And then if you notice, there's like a part of a rectangle on here. I don't know what that is, but anyway, so I add that to my stamped collection. The next thing was that there were about 10, 11 bills from 1990 that had never been out of the vault. These are newly minted bills, just 30 years old, and they're in numerical order. So I bought a set of 4 of them. You notice 3379, 866, 867, 868, and then we jump to 808, 809, 810, and 811. Now, I don't know if these bills are keepable or all that interesting, but I liked them, and I felt like they needed to be rescued from destruction. So I did, and I brought them home, and they're beautiful bills. They all have a little bit of crinkling up at the top, not folding, but just where it's not as flat and hard like on the bottom. But anyway, they're beautiful bills from 1990, and they were headed to the grinder, I guess, for destruction, and then to be replaced with bills from the current mints and with more security features in them. So anyway, these are from New York. I do enjoy these bills, and I got these bills, access to these bills in a way that I normally would not have if anybody's ever had access to bills like this, but it was fun. So give it a try. Take some C-Scandy. Research your tellers, your banks, and not a very busy bank, and where they got a little time to spend with you, and make a friend and find yourself a bunch of really cool bills. Okay, that's all. I'm signing off, and have a good day. Bye-bye.